The Tk'emlúps to Secwe community has been publicly renewing calls for unfettered access to student attendance records in the possession of the federal government since they made the announcement in late May about hundreds of unmarked burial sites near the former Kamloops Indian Residential School. They say those documents are critical in helping to identify the children who didn't survive the institutions of assimilation. During his visit to the community, the Prime Minister was asked how soon those records would be handed over. Here's part of his response.
All the records in possession of the federal government have already been turned over to the National Centre for Truth and Reconciliation in Winnipeg.
But in a written response to Global News on Tuesday, the centre said the PM statements were not accurate, adding, "We are still waiting for Canada to provide the final versions of school narratives and supporting documents used in the independent assessment process. We are also still unable to access Indian hospital records, federal health records, and day school records." Residential school survivors and their families have been waiting a long time. It was in 2015 when negotiations for these attendance records were sparked from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. The PM visited the BC community to compensate for vacationing in Tofino on the country's first National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, rather than accepting invitations from the band to attend their event. Global News reached out to the Prime Minister's office on Monday afternoon for clarity on the PM's comments about the school attendance records. Our request was then passed on to the Federal Crown Indigenous Relations Ministry, which has yet to respond. Neetu Garcha, Global News.